set. Traditional authorities are seated. We have representation from the clergy also seated. We have students here. The police band is playing at the background. We have students here. We have heads of departments and agencies, MMDCs, party officials who have been fortunate to get appointment in government are also here. We have members of parliament all gathered here, waiting patiently for the arrival of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. The resetting Ghana tour, or the working visit to the regions, basically is for the president to inspect ongoing projects for the president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, to engage the people for feedback on some of the policy intervention and the impact on them. And again, the president would also be commissioning some of the projects. And normally at some of these debates, His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama mostly also speaks to some critical demands by the people. So that is what will happen here. We have a number of people who are waiting for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's arrival. And so what I would do for now is to give you a brief introduction to some of the scenes here. You would notice from my left hand side and the right hand side, of course, if you are looking at me, depending on where you are at the moment listening to us, you would notice that we have students who come from some of the schools within the North Town district seated here. On the extreme left from where I am, you would notice from your shots that some traditional authorities, queen mothers, are all seated at the far end close to the main dais, seated. We will be engaging the Member of Parliament for North Town, who is also the Minister for Foreign Affairs, whose constituency or district by extension is where His Excellency John Dramani Mahama will be beginning his his resetting Ghana tour. We'll engage him briefly and then we will fold up, and just as we get a signal that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is about arriving here, we will then come back on set and then run you through how the program will be like. Now, during the working visit to the Volta region, His Excellency will be inspecting some key road projects under the Big Push. He's also going to inspect some projects which are near completion at some educational facilities, including the Peki College of Education. The President will also be addressing a number of chiefs and people, what we call the citizens engagement at the University of Health and Allied Sciences, UHAS, at Ho. That is the climax of some of these visits. But I'm told that the Minister for Roads and Highways, Kwame Agboja Governs, is here. I've seen the Minister for Government Communications, who is also here. I've seen the Minister for Education, Haruna Idrisu. In fact, I've seen Haruna Idrisu walking towards the Deba grounds, and he will be among the few officials I'll be engaging before the arrival of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I've also spotted the Minister for the Volta region, who is also here. So in your shot, you will see that some of the traditional authorities are still arriving in their numbers. It's a proud day for them because many of their subjects voted massively for the NDC, and that is bearing fruit with the projects that have been taking place in the region. And so in your shot is Haruna Idrisu. I will be speaking to Haruna Idrisu. I'll be speaking to the Volta Regional Minister. But Honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, who is welcoming the Minister for Education and the Volta Regional Minister, is just about getting ready to speak to me. And so while they are having their tete-a-tete before they come to me, Juapong is one of the commercial towns in the Volta region. It is known for the production of textiles. You talk about Juapong textiles, which is into African prints, into kente. You talk about the Akosombo textiles, and the production of these things all go on in the region. So let me just beckon Same to join me. Samuel, this is your constituency. Northern District is a huge potential when it comes to commercial business, agriculture, etc. It should be a proud moment for you, for the president to start his working visit to the region from your area. Tell us more about what is happening.
Very, very proud moment, and we are grateful to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for continuously prioritizing our district. As you know, we are the gateway to the Volta region. You go through Northern first before you enter any other constituency. And Juapong, the selection for this market is a beautiful, excellent choice, because this is the biggest commercial hub in the Northern District, and this market is the biggest market we have. We have over 500 traders, over 80% are women, and Juapong is famous for its commercial potential. Remember, this is where we also have the Juapong Textiles Factory, and what made Juapong very famous is because it was the trading headquarters, and so we had a lot of settlers. When you come to Juapong, very cosmopolitan. You have people from all over Ghana because of the textile factory and because of the market. On market day, it's very difficult to even use the main highway. And it's because also we didn't have adequate space for the market. So it even affects commuters who are traveling from Accra to Ho and vice versa. This new market, which is valued at 34 million cedis. And why we are so excited is that there are really two models for this. You have the small market and the big market, but President Mahama decided that he'll give us the big model, which is 34 million cedis, which comes with a lot of ancillary facilities. So it's not just market stores. We have offices, we have the Women's Development Bank, we also have a fire station, we have a lorry station, we have the abattoir, a livestock center. So it's the best that you can find when it comes to modern market design, and we are very grateful to President Mahama. We also have other side attractions today. You know, because we are relocating the traders, we decided to surprise them. We are going to give all of them chest freezers so that they can store their goods, exactly, those who sell perishables, so that they know that we are thinking about them. So they are all excited about that. We've selected the beneficiaries, and we are prioritizing the market women who really own, not those who just come and hawk and don't really have wares and perishables. So it's been well done, and they are really excited. We did that together with the market queens. They are very organized. They have market queens, executives, and all of that. And so we are very grateful to President Mahama. Those who doubt that he will fulfill his promises and that he will prioritize the Volta region, this is yet another evidence that President Mahama always delivers, and the Volta region is never abandoned under his presidency.
Now, so let's walk into his presence in the region. When we came on the Thank You Thor, we know some requests were made by traditional authorities. Let's start from your constituency, your district, and then maybe we can open it up to the region. Are there significant reflections on projects that we can point out to which are underway that people will say, at least for a start, that's good enough?
Significant projects, and if I say I'll list them, you don't have adequate time. So I've done a compilation which I'll be sharing with you. It will interest you to know that we have in Northern alone 52 active projects in education, roads, health, agriculture, and then markets. This is not the only market project, but this is the flagship. But if you go to Bator Market, we are doing enhancement, we are doing fencing, we are doing same with Fojoku, Togome, and Volu. In the health sector, we are building 3 hospitals as we speak. We've just completed the Juapong one. We are doing one in Volu, in Fojoku, and then in Togome. If you look at the road project, which was the major concern when the president met our chiefs during the campaign, so the Sege to Aveime to Bator to Mepe Road It's a major road project because that's where you have the Bator Catholic Hospital, and many Ghanaians know about the Bator Catholic Hospital. We have very distinguished experts in terms of gynecology, in terms of pediatrics. It's one of the foremost health centers serving multiple regions, and even people are coming from Togo, Benin, Nigeria to access healthcare at the Bator Catholic Hospital. And the road was terrible. When there has to be transfers in ambulances, I mean, you just have to pray they survive the very dilapidated road condition. But now that is being addressed. The other road project President Mahama is working on is the Aveime Asuchari Volivo all the way to Dofwa Didome, as he prepares to do the new, what we call the Adome Bridge number 2, which is bigger than Adome Bridge. President Mahama calls it the Yokohama Bridge because it's modeled along that same design. Very beautiful, very huge. It will be the most significant project in the Volta region, and we are happy that we are hosting that project. It will be from Volivo to Dofwa Didome. And the president, only last year I was with him as foreign minister when he negotiated. You know, he did the first negotiation in 2015. Then the project was not prioritized under the previous government, totally abandoned. So when he came back to power in 2025, he renegotiated, and the Japanese have agreed to give us additional support. So that project will be starting this year. Only a couple of weeks ago, the roads minister led a delegation of my chiefs, the DC, and other prominent opinion leaders to Japan to do the final negotiation, and the project is about to start. So that's going to be a major one to look out for. Then there's a very strategic road here from Juapong to Podoi, connecting to Abutia in Ho West. The president has also put that under the big push, and contractors are on site. Then you need to also pay attention to the Bator Dover Road that goes into Sogakope and then Central Town. The president has informed me that he's also asked the roads minister to put that under the big push. Then in terms of roads, we also have this very, very strategic road that connects the Esuchari Enclave, which is a food basket, you know, all the way to Asikuma. That is also under construction. We got support from the Africa Development Bank, and we have a Chinese contractor on site, very, very competent contractor. So 52 projects in North Town alone, and in Volta region, so many projects. The president has also assured me that a major manifesto promise that was made, another campus for UHAS, which will be in Bator, linked to the Bator Catholic Hospital, that will also be taken off soon. And then we are also working on the first tertiary institution within the Tong Enclave. You know, all the 3 Tong districts, we don't have a tertiary institution, and that is a priority that we are working on. That's why the Minister of Education is here to do assessment so that that project will take off very soon. So we are really excited in the Volta region. The president has kept faith with us. The NDC has not taken the loyalty of the Volta region for granted, and I'm really, really proud to belong to this cabinet under the visionary leadership of President John Dramani Mahama, who delivers, who is a promise keeper, who is a nation builder, who is one to trust. In North Town, I am called Togbe Wogbeji, but I think that President Mahama should be Togbe Wogbeji Banto.
Okay, thank you. So Togbe Wogbeji Banto, I know you'll be speaking when the president arrives, so we'll leave it here. We'll tease you again as we move on with the conversation with him. And so if you look ahead, you would notice that we have a number of officials who arrive, and the National Security Minister is here. You notice that the police band is playing at the background, and so while the conversation continues, I will tell you on authority that everything is set. All the people I've met here are beaming with smiles. So I'll be walking towards the right wing of the Deba grounds, where I believe that you will get some people to speak to us. And so my good friend Harun Edrisu is here. Just one word. And so I know you have a lot of engagement, but when people see you, they want to see if there is hope in the educational sector. Just one comment. Let us walk us through some major initiatives.
I'm here to support President Mahama on his tour of the Volta region, and my younger brother, the Honorable Okujeto Ablakwa. This is one of our strongest constituency. So you need to keep it. And you need to respond to the needs and aspirations of the people of Tong. Even on my arrival here, my attention has just been drawn to a deficit with teachers. So it means we have to remedy that. If there is any opportunity for recruitment of teachers, we should look at deprived districts in need. Then you can prioritize it against highly concentrated areas where teachers are more. My attention have also been drawn on arrival here to major industrial facilities here in the constituencies. Akusumbo Textiles, Juapong Textiles. Remember my role previously as Minister for Trade and Industry. If we want to give meaning to the 24-hour economy of President Mahama, put Juapong and Akusumbo Textiles. Give it out to a strategic investor. Give the investor 25 years to come and manage it. And then the clothes we wear, including what I'm wearing, can now be locally produced Ghanaian. So I think that Juapong Textile and Akusumbo Textile, I just drove past Akusumbo Textile before coming here, must be put under the 24-hour economy, provide an incentive to any major investor, local or international, or a partnership, and get it going. We have no reason. You see, part of the problem in Ghana is not understanding the value chain. When you get your textiles industry right, your cotton industry will emerge to support it to succeed.
Okay, thank you very much.
Just to support President Mahama and Honorable Okujeto.
Thank you. So that's the Minister for Education. We're privileged for the brief conversation he has had with us. And so you would notice shortly as I help you to understand how the place is gradually failing ahead of the arrival of His Excellency John Dramani Mahama's motorcade. The Volta Regional Minister is with me. This is his region, and over the next 2 days he has a big responsibility to showcase to the President what the Volta region should be proud of since he assumed office on January 7, 2025. I'm happy to meet you again, sir.
My pleasure too.
Thank you. So, Volta region is now receiving the President. Ghana is watching. Ghana wants to know if the NDC is really working, meeting its promises. What can the Volta region point out to?
Thank you very much. It's a privilege hosting the President for today and tomorrow on the Resetting Ghana agenda, where we'll be accounting to the good people of the Volta region and Ghana for that matter. We are doing a lot of development as far as the region is concerned. In terms of educational infrastructure, market projects, for instance, today, His Excellency President John Dramani Mahama will be cutting the sod for the 24-hour economic market at Juapong here. This is going to be symbolic to represent all the 18 24-hour economic markets that we are building in the region. And then we'll also proceed to the Peking College of Education, where we'll be inspecting 1,500 capacity multi-purpose assembly hall, which we started before leaving power in 2016, and then we have come to complete. His Excellency the President will be inspecting that project. Then we'll also inspect the Eastern Corridor Road, and then the Big Push project up to Anyinawase, and then the whole UHAS bypass, and we're also going to inspect the multi-purpose laboratory complex that has been built for the University of Health and Allied Sciences, our legacy university. And from there, His Excellency the President will attend a depot of health professionals and the general public at the whole municipal hospital, where we will unveil the free primary health care initiative by His Excellency the President. When we come to the district assembly's development. You know that today 80% of the district assembly's common fund goes directly to the assemblies for infrastructure development. So the assemblies are developing infrastructure in the area of education, health, water and sanitation, and other areas of development. Then also the GET Fund is also providing infrastructure development in the region. As we speak, we have close to 370 plus GET Fund projects across the region. We have 68 senior high schools and senior high technical schools in the Volta region. And there's no single second cycle institution, public one of course, that you go and they are not benefiting from the GET Fund project. We also have some initiatives that we have undertaken as the Regional Coordinating Council. And as you may be aware, Regional Coordinating Councils, our major occupation is to coordinate policies, programs, and infrastructure development of central government. And we believe that the best way to coordinate is to collaborate with agencies, departments, ministries, which we are doing very effectively. So we are delivering on all the promises that we have made to the good people of this region. If you talk about Aplau market, for instance, it's one of the major promises we have made. Today we have the land acquired. We also have been granted access to work on the land. We have done the feasibility studies. We are going through a procurement process. His Excellency the President has secured 30 million Chinese grants for the construction of that edifice for Aplau, so that people traveling from Cape Coast, Takoradi, Kumasi, and other parts of the country to Togo to buy goods, once you get to Aplau, you will get everything that you are looking for at the same price. So there will not be any need for you to cross to the other side of the border. Secondly, when it comes to the sea defense project in Blekusu, the phase 2, we started the phase 1, completed it, in the process of constructing the phase 2 before we lost power. And for 8 solid years that the MPP reigned, there was nothing done. His Excellency the President last year, March 6th, visited the area and made a promise.
Of course, I know you'll be among those who will be receiving the president. And so at this stage, the president is arriving. So thank you very much. And so His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has just arrived. We are getting the signal from the motorcade, which is moving towards this area. And so you would notice from your shots that any moment from now, we should catch a glimpse of his vehicle coming in to this area. The Volta Regional Minister was speaking to us about some development project that they can boast of. So while we wait for the President's vehicle to drive through to the Deba grounds, all the people here are waiting patiently. All eyes are towards where the motorcade, of course, the dispatch riders have just turned. And I can tell you security is very tight. People in the region should be proud because from many of those I've spoken to, it is a promise being honored, promise that shows a number of engagements with the people, a number of development initiatives that have been taking place in the region. On the days I can see the Volta Regional Chairman of the party, I see the Minister for Local Government, Ahmed Ibrahim, here. I've seen a number of top government officials who will be part of the citizens engagement. The citizens engagement as part of the working visit, which has been dubbed Resetting Ghana Tour, is when His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and his government avail themselves for the people to listen to some of the policy initiatives they are embarking on in the region, and by extension Ghana as a whole. Some successes chalked in the management of the economy, which is translating into investor confidence being boosted. And there from afar is His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. His vehicle is gradually coming towards the Deba grounds, and the people are all on their feet. They are happy, they are cheering, and of course they voted because they made a choice. That choice was the confidence they had in somebody they believe is trustworthy, who will honor his promises. And here he is, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, arriving. As soon as he arrives and he alights from his vehicle, he will go to the dais, take the national anthem, and after the national anthem is taken, he will go round to greet the chiefs and people. And so any moment from now, you will hear the thunderous applause. I've just spotted Fifi Kwete. And so His Excellency has just arrived. He will be joining his colleagues on the days, and as soon as His Excellency joins the days, the national anthem will be played. Once the national anthem is played, the program will continue. And so His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has arrived. Traditional authorities have waited for some few minutes. I've just spotted Joyce Bauer Mukhtari, who is also going to take the days. And so the national anthem will be played any moment from now. Let's go back, please. Oh, sorry. Let's go back. Hurry up, hurry up.
If we have the President one more round of applause and a shout unto God. Please be seated. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we would like to invite Most Reverend
His Excellency wants to proceed and pay homage to the chiefs. With the ministers, we see the Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Minister of Roads, the Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, the Minister of Education, Honorable Haruna Idrisu, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, and MP for North Stone, Honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, the General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, Honorable Fifi Kwete, His Excellency the President respects the traditional rulers, the clergy, the schools, and the people who played the various role in the National Democratic Congress and all other parties as well. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, known as a very humble gentleman of the land, went to pay homage to the chiefs. Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Regional Chairman of the NDC as well, the Minister of Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim. Miato Azalo Mamleto Azalo na lumia fofo John Dramani Mahama madakukumi shi akpene kule lilo do sesiento akpenami. Thank you so much. Thank you, Police Band. We are grateful for that wonderful soothing music. At this point, we'd like to take an opening prayer, and this will be done by Most Reverend Gabriel Kumoji to come and help us with the opening prayer. Please give it up for him as he comes to us. Okay. Let's invite Father Michael Doe, who happens to be the priest for St. Francis of RCC, Juapong. Please let's welcome Father Michael Doe. Please give it up for him. Please give it up for Father Michael Doe. And as we wait for him to come, I want to assure you that if you're watching us live, this is the sword cutting ceremony for the construction of a 24-hour market right here in Juapong. This is the president who walks the talk. Ladies and gentlemen, please, a round of applause for His Excellency.
Shall we please pray? In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Dear Lord, as we gather to officially break ground on this new endeavor, we pause to acknowledge your hand in all we do. Thank you for the opportunity to improve and grow our community. We pray for harmony, cooperation, and success for everyone involved, especially in this development. Give us the wisdom to make decisions that honor you and serve the greater good. Bless the equipment, bless the workers, and bless the future of this site. We commit the success of this program and entire project to you. We make our prayer through Christ your Son, who lives and reigns with you in the unity of the Holy Spirit, one God, forever and ever. Amen. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Father one more time. We are grateful for leading us. Fida share the sikemi do anado afuma afiaba eleba amadena do ways of tohe now. Mia who ways of work betonama to mianto mia paramount chief bo. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point, we're going to take the welcome statement by the paramount chief, who doubles as the president of the Darfur Traditional Council. Help me welcome Togbe Manklalo Agbuhla the Seeth. Please give it up for him. Mishiakpana Togbe Sika Ubona Eblali Jinto Bayavad Woni Anami Mishiakpane.
Azalo! Azalo!
Azale Kongbe, Ele Kongbe, Mishakwe Rekane Mau. Good morning, His Excellency. I greet you. Before I bog down to the welcome address, I want to humbly claim the indulgence of the President due to the exigency of his locomotive artillery. I will be very speedily in presenting my welcome address, but at the end, I will end up in gradualism for him to understand every word enshrined in the welcome address. Thank you, Mr. President. Welcome address by Togbe Bankalo Agbora, the 6th of the Dofo Traditional Council, during the sword cutting ceremony for the 24 hours economic market at Juapong on Thursday, 16th July 2026. Your Excellency, John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, Honorable Ministers of State, Honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa, Member of Parliament for North Tongue and Minister for Foreign Affairs, Honorable Volta Regional Minister, Honorable District Chief Executive, traditional authorities, religious leaders, officials of government, distinguished invited guests, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. It is my singular honor and privilege to warmly welcome His Excellency, President John Dramani Mahama, and all of our distinguished guests to Juapong for the historic sword cutting ceremony for the construction of 24 hours economic market project. On behalf of the Chief Queen Mothers and the good people of the for traditional area and the entire North Tongue district, I extend our heartfelt appreciation to Your Excellency for honoring us with your presence on this memorable occasion. Your Excellency, before I speak about our expectation, permit me to express our profound gratitude for the numerous development intervention your government has already brought to North Tongue. We are particularly grateful for your confidence in our own son, Honorable Samuel Ablakwa, by appointing him as Minister for Foreign Affairs. His appointment is not only a source of immense pride to the people of North Tongue, but also a testimony to your unwavering commitment to nurturing and monitoring capable young leaders to serve our nation at the highest level. We thank you sincerely for the confidence and have reposed in him. Your Excellency, we also fully remember your transformation first administration, during which Juapong Adidome Road and the Juapong Fojoku Road were constructed. Those road projects significantly improve transportation, facilitate trade, enhance access to education, healthcare, and economic opportunity for our people. Their impact continue to be felt across our district, and for this we remain deeply grateful. We also acknowledge with profound appreciation to the remarkable investment your government continue to make in education within North Tongue. The construction of modern dining hall and dormitory facility across all 5 secondary high schools in the constituency have greatly improved the welfare of our students
and enhance the quality of teaching and learning, together with the ongoing GETF and projects in our various senior high school. This intervention demonstrates your government's unwavering commitment to investing in the future of our young people. We are equally grateful for the release of the District Assembly Common Fund, which has enabled the implementation of several critical development projects, including the construction of classroom blocks, chief's compound, and other essential community infrastructure. These investments are making a positive impact in the lives of our people, and we are deeply appreciative to your continued commitment to the development of North Tongue. Your Excellency, while we celebrate this achievement, we respectfully submit that there is still more to be done to unlock the full development potential of the district. We are therefore encouraged by the commitment contained in the National Democratic Congress Manifesto, and we look forward to their implementations. In particular, we eagerly anticipate the construction of Volivo Adidome Bridge, which will transform transportation, facilitate trade, improve access to social service, and strengthening economic integration within the Volta region. The establishment of University of Health and Allied Science, UHAS, satellite campus at Bato, which will expand opportunity for higher education, research, and healthcare training. The revamping of the Volta Star Textile Limited, restoring one of Ghana's historic industry, creating sustainable employment, and revitalizing the local economy. The revamping of the Aveime rice mill, which will strengthen agricultural production and value to our produce and improve the livelihood of our hard-working farmers. Your Excellency, today's sword cutting ceremony for the 24 hours economic market project is yet another clear demonstration of your government commitment to inclusive development. The market will become a major commercial hub that will serve not only Juapong but the entire North Tongue district and neighboring communities. It will create jobs, support businesses, increase agricultural trade, and stimulate economic growth under your visionary 24-hour economic agenda. A big hand of applause to his president. As traditional authority, we reaffirm our commitment to participate with government in maintaining peace, unity, and stability to ensure the successful implementation to the project and all other development initiatives within our district. Your Excellency, we warmly welcome you again to North Tongue and thank you for your steadfast commitment to the development of our district and our nation. May God Almighty grant you wisdom, strength, and good health as you lead our beloved nation. May God bless His Excellency. Thank you very, very much. His Excellency, before I take my seat, I want to stand before the people of Dofo and Tong and say a big ayiko to the good work that you are doing for the people of this country. We say more power to your elbows. As a president of a nation, we know you have a big stomach to absorb everything. So as we see you here today, we want to seize the opportunity. Since it's very difficult getting you, we want to seize the opportunity and plead with you that Juapong is developing. The population density is fast growing. So we have a serious challenge, which is our healthcare. We are appealing to you, as President of the Traditional Council, to do something exigently to upgrade the health facility to a hospital status for us. Lastly, although we form part of North Town, but we find it extremely difficult in access our district capital. The district is too big. We have to travel through 3 to 4 districts before we go to Bato. Sometimes we have to cross rivers. So we appeal that you take into consideration and creating a district for Juapong, Volo, Fojoku, and Togoma, to name it Upper Tong District. When he done this thing for us, we will be forever grateful. We thank you very kindly, Mr. President. Thank you for your time. Ayuko.
Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause for Togbe. He happens to be the president of the Traditional Council, and this is Togbe Malo Agbohla the Seed. Please give him a round of applause. We are grateful to God on this day for giving us a president of this nature who happens to be a great role model to all presidents in the world. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. At this point, distinguished personalities, we want to invite the man in charge of local government, the Minister for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, a very authentic, hard-working gentleman who have gotten the opportunity to serve at the time, sanitation issue and everything and development brother. Help me welcome Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim.
Thank you very much, my good brother. Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, the first and second Vice President of the African continent, the voice of Africa at the United Nations, Ghana's most trusted, tried and tested president. My brothers, the ministers of state, may I seek your permission to single out 3 outstanding ones, one of whom was my boss, Ghana's finest road minister, the Honorable Kwame Abuja. In fact, he is an engineer and a road minister, so you see it from his works. My brother, the son of mine, when we were thinking of the exit of Victor Beho and the rest, never did we know we may have a finest minister for foreign affairs, Honorable Okujato Ablakwa. In fact, sitting in cabinet and following him to AU, his works is shown, and that is why I'm saying this. May I also mention the Honorable Ablaji Fagomashi, the Minister for Tourism. In fact, Volta region is the home of leaders, because the 3 in cabinet are outstanding, and I know more are still here. My brother, the Minister for Education, colleagues, ministers of state and members of parliament, the Honorable Prosper Bani, other senior government officials, Nananom, Togbeo, Mamao. My brothers, as for General Secretary, when you are counting hot things, you put fire aside. The leaders of the National Party, when people were thinking and afraid of who would be able to wear the big shoes of a General Secretary, we had to come to voter region, and we had one. The Honorable former Deputy Finance Minister, former Agric Minister, and the current General Secretary of the National Democratic Congress, Honorable Fifi Fiavekote. My brothers and sisters, the Regional Executive of the National Democratic Congress, the host, the former DCE for Akachi, former Regional Secretary for 8 years, the Dean of all Regional Ministers, and the Minister for the Voter Region. In fact, his work is evident that he is one of the best and finest regional ministers in the country. His Excellency the President, I have a singular honor just to introduce you. You can't mention somebody's child's name. The name will be best be mentioned by the father himself. The visionary, the history maker, the reformist, the transformer, the best coach. At least if for nothing at all, now we know that you need a good coach to win a match. The one who knows who should be where. The man who mentioned 24-hour economy and people were looking at as a mystery. He himself is walking the talk. We are here this morning to cut a sword for the 24-hour economy market. And this is not the only place that His Excellency the President is building a market. He is building 261 of such markets in the whole Ghana. So the entire country is now a construction zone. The question is, if Juapong market had been there for a long time, why is it that it is now that somebody is coming to build it? You need a visionary, you need a reformer, you need a history maker, and you need a great thinker. That man is here on the high table with us. In Voter region alone, you are blessed with 18 of such markets. So Juapong is having one, whole west, whole east, Akachi north, Akachi south, Agotimezia, South, north, almost all the, everywhere. You are blessed with such markets. But because time is not on our side, I will leave the details. He himself will come and tell you. But you know, Juapong is not a metropolitan area. Juapong is not like Kumasi. Juapong is not like Accra. Juapong is not like Ho. But because of your hard-working member of parliament, the Honorable Okudjato Ablakwa, Juapong alone, the market that he's building here is like the metropolitan market in Kumasi, the metropolitan market in Koforidia, the metropolitan market in Cape Coast, the metropolitan market in Tamale, the metropolitan market in Takrady is the metropolitan market that he's building in Juapong here. Nananum Togo Mamao. For the sake of time, let me pause here. On this note, may I call to the high table the former district assembly, the former assembly member for the good people of Bole DA electoral area, the former member of parliament for Bole Bamboy, the former deputy minister for communication, who brought mobile phone to Ghana. When people are talking on mobile phone and doing phone-in call, you don't run to somebody's house and call in to come and receive a call at the post office. Even most people don't know what a post office is. The one who digitized Ghana, who liberalized the airways, who brought television state, who brought TV3, who brought Sky FM, who liberalized for Joy FM to come, for media general to come, the one who was the minister for communication, a former vice president of the republic, a former president of the republic, a former president, and then current president of the Republic of Ghana, who has been taken by the African continent as their first vice president, as their second vice president, and set aside on the post to be African president in 2027. May I invite His Excellency John
Dramani Mahama. Akpana Subo, Eliana D, the Dean of Presidents of the World, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Let me acknowledge the President of the Dofo Traditional Council and members of the Dofo Traditional Council, Togbi Agbola, the Sith. Let me acknowledge our traditional rulers present, the General Secretary of the NDC, the Volta Regional Minister, National Security Advisor, the Member of Parliament for North Tongue, Minister for Local Government, who very graciously introduced me, other ministers of state, senior government officials, our clergy, our imams, my children, my school children, friends from the media, ladies and gentlemen. I'm pleased to join you today in Juapong for this important sword cutting ceremony. And let me just commend you for the very beautiful environment I see here in Juapong. In many parts of the country, you see mountains without trees. They've cut down all the trees. They've dug holes all over searching for gold and other minerals. Even the oxygen here is so pure. And I want to commend you for keeping your environment so beautiful and so serene. Let me thank the chiefs and traditional leaders for leading the community, the Member of Parliament and all of you. And so some communities possess fertile lands, others possess industrious people, others occupy strategic locations that naturally connect production, commerce and transport. But I'm happy to say that Juapong is fortunate to possess all the three characters that I have just mentioned. Juapong has fertile lands, it has hard-working and industrial people, and it occupies a strategic location here in the eastern part of Ghana. We are therefore here to commence an investment that is intended not only to serve this community, but to stimulate economic activity in the entire Volta region. Today's ceremony marks another important milestone in government's commitment to building an economy that creates opportunities where people live and work. It also reflects our conviction that national transformation must be rooted in strong local economies that empower farmers, traders, manufacturers, entrepreneurs, and young industrialists. The Volta region has made an immeasurable contribution to Ghana's development, and its people deserve to share fully in the progress of our nation. And as I said when I was campaigning for president, I said I'll always ensure that the Volta region gets its fair share of national development. And so let me assure you that this government that I lead does not regard the Volta region merely as a region of loyal political support. We reject the notion that any part of Ghana should be taken for granted or left behind because of its electoral choices. Our mandate given to us by the good people of Ghana is to govern the country for every Ghanaian, and our commitment to the Volta region is founded on fairness, on equity, our constitutional responsibility
to ensure balanced national development across the whole of the country. And that is why we are deliberately investing in the infrastructure and institutions that improve the quality of life of our people. Across the region, government is expanding healthcare infrastructure, we're strengthening educational institutions, we're improving roads and transport networks, we're modernizing markets, we're supporting agriculture and agro-processing, we're promoting trade and commerce, and we're creating new opportunities for investment and employment for the good people of Ghana. Juapong has long occupied an important place in Ghana's economic landscape, and it has earned a reputation as a center of industry, agriculture, and commerce, with its strategic location along the Volta River, positioning it as an important gateway for trade and investment. The surrounding communities are home to hard-working farmers who produce maize, cassava, rice, vegetables, and other food crops that contribute significantly to our national food security. Combined with its industrial heritage and transport links, these advantages provide a strong foundation upon which a modern local economy can flourish. The market whose construction we are beginning today has been conceived as far more than a place for buying and selling. It is being developed as a modern enterprise hub that will support aggregation, storage, processing, packaging, financial services, digital commerce, and efficient distribution, creating the conditions for businesses to expand, become more competitive, and generate sustainable employment. For the people of Juapong and surrounding communities, this market will become an important catalyst for economic activity. Farmers will have improved access to organized markets, helping to reduce their post-harvest losses. They will secure better returns for their produce. Traders will also operate in a cleaner, safer, and more efficient environment, while transport operators, artisans, food processors, and other service providers will benefit from the increased commercial activity. This market will strengthen linkages across the local economy, ensuring that more value is created and retained within the community. The project forms part of government's flagship national program to construct 24-hour economy model markets in all the 261 districts of this country. This will ensure that every district will have the infrastructure required to support production, trade, and enterprise. In the Volta region, all 18 districts will benefit from this initiative. And today's sword cutting in Juapong marks the beginning of that regional rollout. As these markets take shape across the region, they will create an integrated commercial network that connects producers to markets, strengthens local value chains, promotes intra-regional trade, and reinforces the Volta region's role as a major center of agriculture, commerce, and industrial growth under the 24-hour economy initiative. As the Minister of Local Government said, Juapong has one of the biggest of these markets. The markets are in 4 categories: Category 4, Category 3, Category 2, and Category 1. The metropolitan assemblies receive Category 4. That is because of the population and the size of the metropolitan assemblies. But I'm happy to announce that Juapong, even though not a metropolitan assembly, is getting a Category 4 market. And so I'll just take you through some of the facilities you have in this market. You're going to have 100 lockable stores. That is stores that you can lock. You close and then you lock. Then you're going to have 150 sheds or stalls. These are like market stalls. You have one police post, so there will be police personnel stationed permanently at the market 24/7. You have a fire station, and so there will be fire service personnel permanently at the market. You have a daycare center, and so all the traders who go to do business in the market, if you have a small child, you can go leave the child in the daycare center. They will look after the child while you do your work. It has a clinic, so if anybody is ill, you go to the clinic. There will be nurses and health professionals there to look after you. And after they look after you, if they give you a prescription, there will be a pharmacy in the market where you can go and get your drugs. The market will have a women's bank. The Women Development Bank, a branch will be in the market. And it will have washrooms and toilets. And so if you feel like answering to nature's call, there will be a toilet. After the day's work, if you want to bath before you go home, there will be showers for you to go and take a bath. And then it will have 10 warehouses. So if you bring your stuff to the market and you're not able to finish selling, there will be a warehouse where you can go and put your stuff. It will be locked up. The next day when you come, you go and take your stuff and then you continue your business. And for my northern brothers, the butchers, there will be a butcher shop, a meat shop, and so you can sell meat there. But not only a butcher shop, there will also be a cold store. So if you don't finish selling the meat, you keep it in the cold store. The next day you bring it and come and continue selling. There will be a modern restaurant. So those of you who would like to go and sit, have air condition, they give you fork and knife to eat, they give you a napkin to put over your shirt. But of course the price too will be much higher. There will be one restaurant in the market. But for those of us who don't have enough money and we go and we eat in Apotoyua and we eat with our hands, and then we have to go and wash our hands before we come and eat, there will be 10 food courts like chop bars. And then there's a supermarket, what today we call mall. There will be a mall in the market. And then there will be 6 guest rooms. So if you come from somewhere and you don't finish your business, or it's too late to go back to your village or your town, there will be a guest house, 6 rooms. You can share. You go and pay a little something, they give you a bed, you sleep. The next day you continue your work. There will be, for my Fulani brothers, there will be a livestock bay. And so when you bring your cows to come and sell, you have a special cattle area where you can keep your cows. Where you can keep your cows while you do your business. Then there will be an office space for the administrator and his staff. Every market will have a market administrator. He will be responsible for running the market, making sure the market is clean and that everybody follows the regulations of the market. There will be a waste yard, and so you will find people drink sachet water and just throw it about. Every day the market will be cleaned nicely and all the garbage will be sent to the waste yard so that the waste management people can come and take it away. For those who don't get a store or a lockable shop, we'll have an open area. You can bring your umbrella and your small table and you can sit there and sell. We call that the open retail area. So for those who can't pay for a shop or a store, there's an open area where you can come and sit, bring your items and come and sell. The 24-hour economy is ultimately about making Ghana more productive, and it seeks to remove the bottlenecks that prevent businesses from growing by improving infrastructure, strengthening logistics chains, supporting agro-processing, expanding access to markets, and encouraging investment across strategic sectors of the economy. The success of this policy will not be measured by the number of hours people work. It will be measured by the number of businesses that expand, the number of young people who secure meaningful employment, the number of farmers who earn better incomes, and the number of Ghanaian products that successfully compete within regional and international markets. And that is why projects such as this model market occupy such an important place within our national development agenda. Our vision for the Volta region extends far beyond these individual projects. Under the 24-hour economy, we have what we call the Volta Economic Corridor. The Volta Economic Corridor will be one of Ghana's most strategic growth corridors by integrating agriculture, manufacturing, aquaculture, logistics, inland water transport, renewable energy, tourism, and export-led industrialization into a single economic ecosystem. And under this ecosystem, it will be a place where production, processing, transportation, and trade reinforces one another. And so communities such as Juapong, with their strategic location and productive capacity, will serve as an important commercial and industrial hub under the Volta Economic Corridor, helping Ghana add greater value to its products before they reach the domestic and international markets. No discussion about Juapong can be complete without recognizing the historic contribution of the Volta Star Textile Limited. Which for many years symbolized hope, employment, and industrial progress while supporting thousands of families and shaping the community's economic identity. Government is determined to restore the legacy of the Volta Star Textiles Limited. We are going to do this through strategic partnerships, investment mobilization, and modernization of the factory's operations. And I'm pleased to inform you that this process has made very significant progress. We appointed a transactions advisor. We advertised for strategic investors to apply. They applied, they submitted bids, and we have selected one strategic investor to partner us to revitalize the factory. And I wish to inform Togbu Mamao and the workers of Volta Star Textiles Limited that very soon the transaction advisor is bringing the strategic investor to visit the factory and start the design for modernizing the factory. The revitalization of this factory will create sustainable jobs in the Juapong area. It will strengthen Ghana's textile value chain, and it will reposition Juapong as a vibrant industrial hub, complementing our broader investments in agriculture, commerce, and infrastructure. And one of the things somebody asked was where we're going to get the cotton to spin. Arrangements are being made to sign a memorandum of understanding with the government of Benin to supply us with cotton from Benin to feed the factory in Ghana. The resilience of the people of this region has been tested in recent years. The spillage of the Akosombo and Kwong dams caused significant hardship for many families, affecting homes, farms, businesses, and livelihoods across several communities. Government has remained fully engaged in addressing the aftermath of that unfortunate event. The necessary verification, assessment, and administrative processes relating to compensation are being concluded, and I wish to assure all affected people that government remains committed to ensuring that the process is finalized fairly, transparently, and responsibly. Once this process is finalized, the Minister of Finance made allocation in this year's budget to start the payment of compensation. If the money allocated is not enough, allocation will be made in next year's budget to continue the payments. But our commitment goes beyond compensation. We remain focused on supporting recovery efforts that restore livelihoods, rebuild communities, and strengthen resilience against future challenges. And let me add a message. I know the Volleyball Bridge is also very dear to your hearts. Recently, a delegation led by the road minister, and incidentally, our revered traditional leader who spoke here was a member of that delegation. They went to Japan and concluded on the Volleyball Bridge. A contractor, they are going through the procurement processes to choose the contractor who will execute the bridge. We have to choose a new contractor because unfortunately over the last 8 years, the delay in activating the bridge, the contractor who had been chosen to carry out the works got fed up and pulled out. So now we have to go through a new process to select a new contractor. And I'm assured that before the end of the year, that process will finish. The contractor will come and will cut the sword for the start of work. To the young people of Juapong and Volta region, I encourage you to see the changing economic landscape and fortunes of Ghana as an invitation to participate actively in our dear nation's transformation. Opportunities are emerging from agriculture, agro-processing, manufacturing, logistics, commerce, digital services, creative industry, and entrepreneurship. And these will increasingly reward those who are innovative, disciplined, and prepared to work. Government will continue creating the enabling environment, but it is your enterprise, your creativity, and your determination that will ultimately drive lasting prosperity for our people. So today's shortcutting is an expression of confidence in the future of Juapong. And I'm happy that the 24-hour market is being situated here. This is the heart of Juapong, and this is where the original market was. And I want to thank our mothers and our daughters who were affected by the dislocation to site this market here, and to assure them that when the market is finished, they will be given priority in acquisition of the stalls and the lockable shops. We have to give to those who were displaced before we consider other people. In addition, your Member of Parliament, our hard-working Minister of Foreign Affairs, indeed, I mean, being here, I must tell you that he's among my hardest working ministers. And every credit that I have attained on the international scene, it is he who has done the legwork. The UN resolution on reparations, it was him who did all the traveling to convince the 123 countries to vote for us. The repatriation of our citizens from South Africa who were being chased away and beaten, it was him who did the legwork, arranged the charters to airlift our citizens safely home. And so, Togbi Wogbaji, I wish to commend you very highly. But in addition, for our mothers and others who were dislocated from this place, he has acquired 100 deep freezers to be distributed to you. So 100 deep freezers, you can see some of them on this side, to compensate you for the inconvenience while we go ahead and build this market. And so today's soft curtain reflects government's determination to invest in communities with the potential to drive production. Together with the revitalization of the Volta Star Textile Limited, the implementation of the Volta Economic Corridor, and our continued commitment to supporting communities affected by the dam spillage, this project signals a new phase in the development of this historic town. I call on the contractor, the supervising institutions, our traditional authorities, and every member of this community to work together to ensure that this project is delivered on schedule and to the highest standard possible. Let this market become a symbol of what is possible when government and the people work together with a shared sense of purpose. May God bless the chiefs and people of Juapong. May God bless the chiefs and people of the Volta region, and may He continue to bless our homeland, Ghana. I thank you.
The authentic nation builder. You know, to the Favua, Wagbajaga, Alec Happy Ramina Gotato. Miataji had a kind of before. JM, will say, JMO, yeah, Mima Hajimode, JMO, okay, Showboy, na a lodge, and she a person, a dolia dakwane. Mikatamia Gwaje, Mauna Iraulo, Mika Brutopi, Mauna Iraulo. Mamleto Mauna Iraulo. Ladies and gentlemen, at this point we invite for the vote of thanks the Member of Parliament for the good people of North Tong and the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwa Midowezone, a true son of the soil, a hard-working minister. Ladies and gentlemen, please, a round of applause.
Azalo. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, President of the Republic of Ghana, Commander-in-Chief of the Ghana Armed Forces, our General Secretary of the ruling National Democratic Congress, Cabinet Ministers, our Volta Regional Minister, Senior Presidential Aides and Advisors, Togbeo, Mamao, our revered clergy, our imams, our contractor, our consultants, our engineers, our NDC executives, our teachers, students, fellow North Tong constituents. It is an honor in your name, in the name of our revered chiefs and queen mothers, to thank on your behalf His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. President Mahama has always put Northton first. When he decided to tour the Volta region on his reset tour, he called and said, Sami, I'm coming to your constituency first. In the selection of these markets, the president made sure that the biggest, the nicest, the most modern 24-hour economy market has been sited here in Juapong. We cannot thank President Mahama enough. It looks like, as for us in Northton, the only time we see development is when President Mahama is on the throne as President of the Republic of Ghana. President Mahama has done it for us so many times. For many, many decades, we were complaining about the state of our roads. It is President Mahama who gave us the Juapong, Volu, Adidome Road. It is President Mahama who gave us the Juapong, Fojoku Road. It is President Mahama who gave us the Bato, Mefe, Dove Road. President Mahama is the one who gave us the Volu E block. It's President Mahama who upgraded a lot of our health facilities, medical equipment, our schools, helped us with labs, helped us with furniture. I can go on and on and on. As we speak, we have done the tabulation. There are currently 52 active projects in the Northton district alone. Northton district alone, 52. Spanning education, health, agriculture, roads. President Mahama has done so much for us. The roads minister is here, and he will confirm to you that the Juapong, Podoy, Abutia Road, on President Mahama's instruction, a contractor has moved to site, and that road is being constructed. On President Mahama's instruction, the Aveime, Sege, Bato, Mefe Road, contractors are on site and they are working. On President Mahama's instruction, the Aveime, Asuchare, Volivo, Dofo Adidome Road, contractors are on site and they are working all the way to Asikuma. And as President Mahama has announced, the Volivo Bridge, we are going to see that bridge come to fruition. He first negotiated it when he left power after 2016. The previous government abandoned it for 8 years. It was President Mahama who returned last year, led us to Japan, and reopened negotiations with the Japanese government, and they have agreed to support him to build that Volivo Bridge. And for those of you who haven't seen the design, we'll be circulating the design after this event. That bridge is bigger than the Adome Bridge. President Mahama calls it the Yokohama Bridge because it looks like the Yokohama Bridge in Japan. So we in Northton, we cannot thank President Mahama enough. He has done so much for us, and I know that the request of Togbeo for the Juapong Health Center to be upgraded, it came up in Parliament, and I can confirm to you that President Mahama has already spoken to the Health Minister to take action. During the Agenda 111 selection, Northton is the only district that was left out, even though we do not have a government hospital. But President Mahama has instructed the Health Minister to take action. So, Togbe Manklalo, President Mahama is already acting on that. We also want to thank President Mahama for revamping the Volta Star Textile Company Limited. The strategic investor he has just informed us about, we are so excited, and the over 2,000 workers, be assured. Last night you were very worried. You didn't know if President Mahama would touch on your beloved factory. He has done that, and he has assured us of the work that is going on. So President Mahama, Northton is very grateful. On behalf of the chiefs, our queen mothers, the youth, the students of Northton, we thank you very much You continue to be a role model. You continue to be our father and our visionary leader who has never abandoned Northtown. We also thank you for the assurance you have given to all the flood victims that now data has been validated, allocation has been made, and shortly everybody is going to get their compensation. We thank you very much, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. I finally want to thank President Mahama for those kind words. President Mahama has already completed my 2028 campaign, and I thank him very, very much for those very, very kind words. I'm so humbled by them. But you see, what we must all say is that as a footballer on the field, when you have a great coach, the credit belongs to the coach. He is the one who knows how to deploy you, whether to play 7 or 9 or 10 or 11, when to bring you in, the guidance. So even though President Mahama is trying hard to say I do the legwork, he really is the champion. He is the visionary. He is the guide. He is the coach. And we really, as cabinet ministers, are grateful to him. At the last cabinet meeting, we were asking him, really, what doesn't he know? From law to engineering to agriculture to foreign affairs to local government, any topic, he is an expert. And as his minister, you better be on top of your brief. If not, you'll be exposed and you may just earn a sack. So we are always inspired to work under President Mahama. He is an amazing, remarkable, outstanding statesman and public officer extraordinaire. We cannot thank him enough. So President Mahama, we wish you Godspeed in the rest of your tour of the Volta region today and tomorrow. May the Almighty be with you. May our ancestors be with you and guide you, give you safe journey to all the adjoining constituencies, and may you return to the Jubilee House safely after tomorrow. Thank you very much, and God bless you all.
Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the fantastic.
Ladies and gentlemen, His Excellency, supported by the team of the Regional Minister, Volta Regional Minister, Honorable James Kuno, as he invites the chiefs to join. And His Excellency proceeds to do the sword cutting for the wonderful 24-hour market at Juapong. His Excellency is the Dean of Presidents of the world, a man who walks the talk. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, the nation builder, the man who loves the people and mentors the youth. Uyemizu
Yes, sir. Let's go.